The problematic character archetypes have always been a thing that people loved. It's a very interesting type of character to talk about in books. I can name some examples that are very not supposed to be light characters, like Gilgamesh and not another one from State. Walter White, Rudius, or even Eren. All these characters are considered problematic in their own way. Well, at least they should be, it's if they were real people for sure. But the interesting part is that people tend to like them a lot. And why is that? Could it be just because they're fictional? Could it be because of their writings, for their ideas and themes, or something insane like relatability? When I mean defend, I mean it in a way that the fans think that the characters were right, and they also tend to put on the redeemed tagged on some characters because of their journey or the things they have done. Or we'll tackle a bit more the word redeemed later on because it's a real one. I will also do the parallels with characters that did horrible acts but were and are hated by the community. This question have really been making me think, and I wanted to try and answer it in this video. I think I'll just analyze like 2 or maybe 3 anime characters, and then I'll connect their results with the original question. Enough rambling, let me just start. Spoiler warning, of course, for the series on screen right now. Attack on Titan. You've probably watched it. It's a very popular one, and that's what people recommend often to new anime watchers. It's a pretty well written story, and the ending was good. Yes, it was good. But that's not what I want to focus on. What I want to focus on is Eren Yeager, the protagonist of the series. He's a little kid at the start, and it starts at the start of the series, at the start of the anime. He's a little kid at the start of the anime, and the first episode is something pretty traumatic for him. Eren sees his mom gets eaten alive by a titan when his city gets attacked. That's of course a very big trauma, and he's going to develop an immense hatred towards Titan after this incident. Something important to know is that his nation, Paradise, is basically away from the rest of the world. They are hated, and the people from it were subject to experiments from other nations, especially Mar. And when Eren found out about that, he wasn't really happy with it, so he decided to start the rambling and kill 80% of the world's population. Or takeaway from this dude is that he's a genocider and he killed a lot of people. This type of dudes are of course hated in the real world. So why here? Why is he loved here? I guess first he's kind of a respectable character in some part. Like he stays by his beliefs, he respects people but still commits to his cause. He shows compassion to people like, I don't know, OG Ymir and Falco, and has a really good character development. But he killed millions and millions of people, innocent people, so he is not really defendable. I mean, yeah, kinda. It's fiction after all. But the thing brings me out is how people defend these actions, not the character. The action they do is not really something you can defend, even for something like Eren did. Yes, I know his people were kinda persecuted, but starting a genocide is maybe not the answer. I will transition to Rudius with that. Rudius is a character who did insane and unforgivable things, not to the level of Eren wiping 80% of the Earth, but still, he did crazy actions like, well, he took a picture of his niece in a weird, very weird way. I won't reveal too much, but yeah, you get it. He was very horny with underage girls, well, like with Aries, for example. I didn't really like that at all. And he married a girl he kinda groomed, which is Sylvie, which is not a bad character in terms of writings, of course. Reduce is actually kinda pretty good, even though he was a moron. A lot of fans says he redeemed himself. Well, no, he did not. Reduce did not redeem himself at all. I don't know why people are saying that, especially the fans. I won't get into the details, but he does not redeem himself at all, or at least the author doesn't acknowledge the pedo part too well in the story, and it wasn't meaningfully addressed in my opinion. Alright, not in my opinion, it wasn't meaningfully addressed. Anyways, the fans, they're very defensive on Luigi. If you criticize his weird behaviors that are in the book, well, they will kill you. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I've experienced that, and they're very toxic about Rudy's action. He does become less weird afterward, that is true, yeah. He becomes less problematic, yes, but his action are still here, and they did not disappear at all, which is really kinda odd to defend, but you know, whatever. Okay, so now we have two problematic characters. One killed 80% of the Earth population at the end of his story, and the other had very weird pedophilic behavior during the start of his story, and they both have outscored defenders. Now let's add a third wheel, Tucker, from Full Metal Alchemist. I won't go into details about why or how, but he took his daughter and his dog and he fused them into a single body. Yeah, yikes. It's definitely the most acceptable things in my opinion, even though it stays disgusting. But what I found interesting is that the character is hated by the whole fandom. Like mentioned, Tucker wanted the killing on sight, which is fair, I can understand. For me, Tucker is a well-written and nuanced character, so why is he not on the love of Reedy or Eren? Well, to be fair, he's not the main character, but that doesn't matter because some other side characters from other shows who did bad things also get love, like Toga from My Hero, for example. But after some research, my kinda final guess is on which person Tucker did the crime. It was his daughter and dog. Both characters are very much loved from the fandom, so in result of the act, Tucker automatically received hate a lot, which is of course understandable. These people, they like the writing of the characters a lot. They love seeing a story about a fallen man or woman or a soon to be fallen guy into their screens or books. They don't relate to the characters unlike others, I hope they don't. Unlike Subaru or Tomoya, they just purely like the characters' journey and how they change and how it was executed, but we also saw how well-written characters also get hated on for doing very bad things. I should have maybe included another one, but whatever, maybe like Griffith. No, Griffith doesn't hate. I mean, Griffith is a 50-50. It gets a lot of hate, but he still has a pretty dedicated sort of fan base, which is okay. Okay, in conclusion, well, it's fiction, of course. I think that's like very important to talk about. It's interesting seeing characters do this ultras act and how they will react to them, but not in real life, of course. Fictional characters are mostly here to show parts of a story which really doesn't get talked about enough, which why is important to make the difference, except for Laricans, of course, they're all very human. Well, hope you liked it. Thanks for watching and have a good day or night.